The evening began like every other company gala. Music floating through the air, crystal glasses clinking, and polished laughter echoing beneath glittering chandeliers. My wife, Vanessa, was radiant in a sleek black gown, every inch the picture of elegance and ambition. She thrived in these circles, financial elites and investors, and executives who spoke in numbers and influence. I, on the other hand, was there mostly as her accessory, dressed in a modest suit, watching her charm the room she so easily commanded. Vanessa worked at a top investment firm, a world of luxury and high-stakes deals. I ran a real estate development business. Steady, successful, but nothing compared to the empire she surrounded herself with. From the moment we arrived, she moved with purpose, introducing me briefly to her colleagues and clients, her tone light, but subtly dismissive. "This is Ethan," she said at one point, flashing a practiced smile. "He runs his own business." The way she said it made it sound like a hobby, not a livelihood. Later, when no one was watching, she leaned close and whispered with a smirk, "You think you belong in a room full of millionaires, darling?" It was meant to tease, but her words cut deeper than she realized. I smiled faintly and replied, "I think I do more than belong." She blinked, momentarily thrown off, unsure whether I was joking or serious. I didn't explain. I just let the thought hang between us. A little later, while Vanessa mingled effortlessly among her peers, I approached a familiar face. Charles Hammond, one of the city's most respected investors and a key figure in Vanessa's professional circle. "Mr. Hammond," I greeted warmly, extending my hand. "I've heard you've been working with Vanessa's firm on some investment properties. I'm the one overseeing their development." His face brightened in recognition. "Ethan Parker? You're behind those villas in the North District? Exceptional work. I've been meaning to meet you." I nodded modestly. "Thank you. Vanessa handles the investment side, and I handle the design and construction. We make a good team." Vanessa, who had been deep in conversation nearby, froze mid-sentence. I could almost feel her unease ripple across the room. She walked over quickly, her voice low and tense. "Ethan, what are you doing?" "Just meeting your colleagues," I said calmly, smiling. Around us, several investors chimed in, clearly intrigued. "You're the developer behind those projects?" one said, shaking my hand. "I had no idea. Your work is outstanding." Another added, "Your wife always spoke highly of your company, but I didn't realize you were that Ethan Parker. You made quite a name for yourself." The atmosphere shifted. Eyes that once looked past me now met mine with interest and respect. Vanessa's confident demeanor faltered as she watched the people she admired shower me with praise. Every compliment, every handshake, peeled away a layer of the superiority she'd worn so effortlessly. By the time we left the event, the car ride home was heavy with silence. She stared out the window for a while before finally whispering, "Ethan, I didn't know. I thought." I looked at her, calm but firm. "You didn't want to know. You assumed what mattered most was status. But real worth doesn't need a spotlight. It speaks for itself." Her eyes glistened, not from pride but realization. She didn't apologize, but she didn't need to. Her expression said everything. The woman who once joked about my place in her world had just learned the difference between wealth and value. In the years that followed, she often told that story when mentoring younger colleagues, framing it as a lesson about humility and perception. She never mentioned me by name, but she always ended with the same truth, that real strength and dignity don't announce themselves. They simply exist. As for me, I learned something that night too. Sometimes, the best response to being underestimated isn't anger or defense. It's quiet confidence. Because when the truth finally shows itself, it doesn't need to shout. That evening began as another night in Vanessa's world, but ended as the night she finally saw me for who I truly was.